Friends, family, and fans were shocked when celebrated handbag designer Kate Spade was found dead in her New York City apartment on June 5, 2018. A staple of accessory fashion since the mid-90s, she was referred to as a visionary by the namesake company she founded and helmed until her 2007 departure. From an idea born at a tiny Mexican restaurant to a full-fledged fashion empire, here's the untold truth of the woman behind the bag, Kate Spade. A Kansas City girl. She created one of the most recognizable handbag and accessory brands in the world, but Spade never forgot her humble beginnings in Kansas City, Missouri. Born Catherine Noel Brosnahan in 1962, the daughter of a construction business owner and a housewife, Spade wasn't raised with a designer clutch in her hand. She told the Boston Globe, "When I was a kid, I didn't even know Chanel. I would have called it Channel." Renee Beaulier, president of Andre's Chocolates, a Kansas City business Spade is reported to have frequented, recalled a moment when a young clerk complimented Spade on her handbag, not recognizing the designer. Beaulier said Spade simply thanked her, remembering, "Kate was always so extremely kind when she came in." A fashionable match. On the How I Built This radio show in 2017, Spade and her husband, Andy Spade, dished the details on their first meeting, when the two soon-to-be fashion designers were just college kids. Kate had just enrolled at Arizona State University and was working in the women's department of a clothing store. Andy worked in the men's department. Kate remembered,
"One day his car broke down and he asked me for a ride home. Then we really started off as really great friends."
Andy then continued,
"And the car continued to break down, so I think it nurtured our relationship along."
Paying her dues. Spade started out as an assistant at one of the most powerful media companies in the world, Condé Nast, home to Vogue, Allure, Vanity Fair, and The New Yorker. But the company initially had no interest in hiring her, Spade confessed.
"They didn't want to because I couldn't type."
But luckily, typing wasn't necessary for the position. Instead, Spade found herself tying models' shoes and getting snacks for stylists.
I'm telling you, whatever. I ironed and carried bags, and it was a lot of work. I'll say that.
The beginning of the bag. Spade's handbag empire was born in a tiny New York City Mexican restaurant when she was fed up with her day-to-day as senior fashion editor at Mademoiselle.
So Andy and I were out, honestly, at a Mexican restaurant, and he just said, "What about handbags?"
But Kate didn't jump right in.
I said, "Honey, you just don't start a handbag company." And he said, "Why not? How hard can it be?"
But her line wasn't an overnight success. After spending a year in development, the rookie designers ended up with the worst spot at their first trade show in New York City. Even so, they managed to score the interest of Barney's and Fred Siegel. But despite this, Spade recalled that she wanted to throw in the towel, saying,
"We've already spent $4,000 and that's it for me. I'm not a gambler."
Andy pushed her to keep going, and the rest is handbag history. Giving up the name. In 2016, Spade made headlines when she ditched her famous last name, and though she and her husband were reportedly experiencing marital troubles at the time, that wasn't why she did it. According to Newsweek in 2018, Spade wanted to separate her personal life from her professional life. After leaving the Kate Spade brand in 2007, the fashion mogul disappeared from the spotlight to focus on raising her daughter, Frances, who was born in 2005. In January 2016, Spade announced the launch of a new line, Frances Valentine, named to honor both her daughter and an old family moniker. She also legally changed her own name to Kate Valentine. Famous family tree. Spade was undoubtedly a celebrity in her own right, but she wasn't the only famous face in her family. SNL vet David Spade is a younger brother of Kate's husband, Andy, and Spade's maiden name, Brosnahan, may sound familiar too, especially if you're a fan of the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Spade's niece, Rachel Brosnahan, stars on the show. Her final farewell. On June 5, 2018, Spade was found dead in her New York City apartment on Park Avenue. The designer, who was only 55 years old, had apparently hung herself. CNN reported the NYPD responded to Spade's apartment just after 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning after a housekeeper found the fashion mogul unresponsive. Spade was pronounced dead at the scene. According to the NYPD, she left a note for her family. Her untimely death sent shockwaves across generations of adoring fans. Chelsea Clinton tweeted, "My grandmother gave me my first Kate Spade bag when I was in college. I still have it, holding Kate's family, friends, and loved ones in my heart." Kate Spade New York also expressed grief over the loss of its beloved visionary founder, tweeting, "We honor all the beauty she brought into this world."